Hello, all you awesome peoples! I am Chica the Awesome, and I am here with another video. In this video, I'll be answering my most frequently asked question. Can I play? No, you cannot play! This isn't even multiplayer, okay? It's not even a video game! It's a Q&A! Try another time! Now, my second most frequently asked question is why I started streaming. Well, since I was a small fry about yay high, I always knew I wanted to do something meaningful with my life. I always assumed it was going to be through my career, either being an economist, a business attorney, an accountant. Little did I know that it would be through streaming. Now, don't get me wrong, I'd always been a little bit shy, but I still loved to make friends all the time. So because I was naturally friendly, I would often put myself in situations that I didn't need to be. I would make friends almost too easily, and some of those people would end up using me, or mistreat me, or even just plain out reject me. And eventually these started to hurt me. And all of these things were compiling upon me, including my slowly dissolving body, and I didn't know what to do or what to think. I just knew that I used to have everything all together, and now my world was falling apart. I knew I was hurting physically, but I didn't realize how bad I was hurting mentally until I had to schedule an appointment with a secretary. And something happened to me that had never happened previously. I literally froze physically. Upon coming up to her to confirm my appointment, she asked me what my name was, what I was there for, and I couldn't even say a single word. I was so petrified in fear that I was asked from her to give my ID, and I basically threw it at her. It was at that moment that I realized that things were not all right. That I needed to get a hold of my life and I needed to change it quick, but I didn't know how because every time I tried to outreach to new friends, make new connections, it just made my situation far worse. Then in comes Mixer. My friend actually was the first to notice that streaming could be done through the Xbox, and he noticed I was pretty down, and he thought that this would be something cool to try out. Now, he was mostly joking and telling me, hey, you could do that for a living. And then I thought for a moment to myself and I said, yeah, actually, I think I can. And that was that. On November 5th, 2017, we did our very first live stream. I was very awkward. We had no idea what we were doing. We didn't even know proper lighting procedures or anything to do with audio quality. Back then, things were a lot simpler. All I had was an Xbox, a lamp, a Kinect, and a hope and a dream that I could make it on the internet. After the first stream, I decided I wanted to take things a little more seriously, so I started streaming on my own in the evenings. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't glamorous, guys. I had no idea what I was doing, I didn't have a great mic, my lighting was not the best, and I was extremely anxious. There was maybe one or two people that would stop by and say hi, but that was it that I had for those first couple nights. Then finally, my first weekend going solo, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and show that I can be awesome to these people. So I started to create a story in Slime Rancher of all games, and I had a lot of fun with it. And it was a great success. I had a whole 11 people watching my stream. But more importantly, I found a community, a family that understood me, that shared similar goals, that shared similar interests to me, and they weren't judging me for things that I could not control, my nervous habits, my crazy, quirky sense of humor. Instead, we were all just friends. And little by little, stream after stream, I slowly started to break out of my shell and overcome my severe social anxiety. Now, just because I found a core community doesn't mean that things were easy. There was a lot of challenges for me, especially not being the most tech savvy. I also had to deal with lots of bumps on the road, and I made a lot of mistakes with trusting the wrong kinds of people. Let's just summarize it by saying that mistakes were made, okay? Major mistakes were made. Back then, Mixer was a lot different. They were still working on a lot of the monetization. In fact, I didn't even make much money until about 6 to 8 months into live streaming. I share my story with all of you guys, not because I have pride and want to show off all my accomplishments in life, but to hopefully encourage others who are kind of starting up as a mixer streamer or any kind of content creator, that they themselves can realize that this is just the first step in my life and who knows what the future will bring. I can tell you right now, in the peak of my social anxiety, I didn't think I would accomplish anything. Now, I wasn't solely leaning on streaming as a crutch for me, but instead as a tool for me to empower myself, to gain that confidence that I had, to find myself again as my own person. Did I have it easy? No. In fact, I have all the respect and admiration for people who started, the pioneers on Mixer, to pave the way for someone like me to eventually be able to make a living. Sometimes the most amazing things in life don't happen overnight. They take a really long time, and there's no guaranteed way to find success. There's only ways for you to increase your chances. Speaking of which, if you are in the midst of your streaming journey and would like some more tips and tricks of what I did, be sure to drop a sub, go ahead and like, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!